into a scripture that has so much to do with today's lesson. The scripture is Genesis 1 verse 28. And in that scripture, God, after He's created man, He gives them an instruction to take care of the earth, to rule and reign over the plants, the animals, the birds, His whole surrounding. And God blessed everything and everything was good. Now I want to ask you, do you think in today's life, are we really taking care of the earth as God intended us to do?
I don't think so.
Why don't you think so?
Because I think because we dump all the stuff into the ocean, we are too lazy to do something about it.
Okay, yeah. So we're not taking care of the oceans. Yeah, Talita?
And sometimes I think the human or the man create unnecessary things, it just becomes waste.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
just piles up everywhere, it makes the place dirty.
Makes the place dirty. Yes. I want you to quickly, that's a good answer. The point I want to make is the point of pollution. And that we are totally not obeying God's commandments if we allow our earth to suffer the way it does under pollution. So open your laptops and then you quickly Google for me the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. And you go to images and you tell me what you see.
I see basically waste and papers and bottles and stuff in the ocean.
Can you believe the size of that?
Yeah.
I can't believe people just dump it into the ocean. Why at the ocean?
You know what's happening there? I'm going to give you an atlas. Each one an atlas of the world. And you open it at a map at page 48. And you will have the a map of the whole world. 47, 48, is there page 48?
Yes.
Can you see the whole world?
Yes.
Can you try and find Hawaii? Hawaii is considered as part of America, and it is in the Pacific Ocean. That's it, Talita, you're on the right track. Jocelyn, you're on the right track. You can see if you can find Hawaii. It's a small little island. You found it. Okay, show Jocelyn where it is.
Here.
Hawaii.
Oh, I see.
Now on mainland America, see if you can find something about California.
I found it.
You found it, show Talita.
The Lower California limits.
That's it. So this Great Pacific Garbage Patch is located somewhere in between Hawaii and California. It consists of about approximately 1.8 billion tons of plastic. Now if you feel this plastic, how much does it weigh?
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing, you're right. So how many of those things make up 1.8 billion tons?
More than 1 billion of these people.
A lot. So what's happening there is on all the coastlands of the seas, of the continents, all the waste material that people maybe have a picnic on the beach or that is dumped into rivers that connects to the ocean, with the wind and the sea currents moving in circles, all that plastic ends up in that area. And so that plastic is not just from those two countries, the nearest, it's from maybe all of America, and even maybe from on this side, because remember the globe, what they tell us, the globe, that Japan is on the other side. So all this, with the currents, will move to that spot. So there's a few of these, they say it's like trash islands. Islands literally made of trash. Now you tell me, what does that do to, for instance, your favorite animal, turtles, Jocelyn?
I don't. Maybe they might die because of so much pollution. And what if, like, somebody, for example, throws like a beer bottle or just leaves the beer and the current takes that into the ocean? What maybe there's an effect on the seawater and that will poison or do something bad to the sea creatures.
Talita? Yeah?
Some sea creatures like whales might eat.
That's
If you become part of them, they'll die because of the.
Of all the plastic inside of them. Did you know that sea turtles eat jellyfish? Some kinds of jellyfish. And imagine a plastic bag
Exactly like a jellyfish.
floating in the water. It looks exactly like a jellyfish. So the turtles eat that and then they die. And the coral reefs, the whole ecosystem of nature is getting ruined because of that. Now I want to show you something. This is acetone. Acetone is an organic compound. And it exists, the organic compound exists of elements of C3H6O. It is a colorless, if you can see it's colorless, but it's got a strong odor. What does this odor remind you of, Talita?
Reminds me of the
Nail
remover.
Yes, nail polish remover. See what happens if I put a cup in this.
Is it disintegrating or
Look at that.
what is disintegrating or what is the acetone doing to it?
It's kind of melting it and releasing the bubbles, the air in the plastic. Those two cups, try and compress it, meaning try and make it into a little ball for me.
Just
Yeah, squish it, try to make it in a little ball.
it's not possible.
It's not possible. What is that called? It's not non-compressible. So you can't even squish it into little balls to try and get rid of that waste. But if you put it into acetone, this is the amount of about 6 cups. You can feel that.
And it becomes hard.
It becomes hard. So I want you to each one have your own bowl. Quickly put on some gloves
This is so fun.
and the masks for the strong smell and safety goggles. Acetone is not really dangerous to the skin, but if it does get into your eyes, it is a problem. And also that's why, and the strong smell, so rather put that on. Then I'm going to give you each a little bit of acetone. And each one a stack of cups.
This is like a science thing.
Enjoy this.
Yes.
Can you get it right, Jocelyn? Okay, try and dissolve. See how it, maybe your squished one you can put in there. Put on your goggles, Jocelyn. That's it, Talita. What happens to your cups?
It's basically melting.
Busy melting. Can you see the foam?
Yes.
That is the air that's been released. And what is, you can see there's like some sort of residue remaining if you put all the cups in. You can touch it, Jocelyn.
And the fact that
And if you press down, try and melt this, Jocelyn. If you press down, see how fast it goes. And look here, see if you can touch this. This is what is being left.
It's like kind of like goo.
It's like goo.
These things are
it feels like when you're making slime, it's slimy.
These things go flat.
It's very strong. It smells just like nail polish.
Strong smell, just like nail polish.
This thing goes fast, like it feels like it's getting unlevel while it goes.
It feels to me like it's a bottomless cup and it's
Okay.
just going down, never coming back.
If you take it out and it's like a moldable plastic. So can you believe that this little lump of plastic is all that is left over from all these cups?
Should we finish it?
You can finish it if you want
I'm
to.
gonna try to. Will it do?
You can. I have an assignment for you. If you could determine, maybe work out, if you take measuring cups or measuring devices and you take a cup of acetone to see how many cups or how many polystyrene holders you can melt. Or if you can maybe take a teaspoonful, will a teaspoon be able to dissolve one cup? And then also these styrofoams is what I found in the school's trash cans. And imagine what we can do to our school's pollution problem. if we can maybe have a project to dissolve all these things in acetone, because this bottle of acetone is 1 liter, was about 50 rand. So it's not so expensive. And we can make a project to dissolve all these, and then if you add food coloring and glitter to this plastic residue, I've made an example, it can create beads. And if we can sell these beads to the school children and have a project, we can earn money for the class to buy stuff that we need for projects, and we can make the children aware of the problem of global pollution, and we can work together and have a fun art experiment and a business making these bracelets, and then the school children may wear them.
It's beautiful.